What's up? This is Square2448 with a Farming Simulator 17 camping video, and today we're going to be taking out the ATV with the trailer in the Chevy Dually with the 30-foot low trail enclosed trailer, and we're going to be going camping, and we will be camping inside a tent for the first time here on the channel, and we're going to be using the trailer to get some wood for the fire so that we could stay warm throughout the night since it will be getting pretty cold, and we are on the wood meadow farm map, which this is the snow map version just without the snow, so it's pretty cool. So let's start the Duramax engine. This is a very nice looking truck, and I did do a mod review on it a little while ago. We're gonna pull up here and we're gonna back up, attach to it, and we needed a strong truck to haul this 30-foot trailer since this is a very large trailer. So we'll kind of pull on out here in front of the farmhouse and we'll get loaded up here, and I'm very excited to be doing this for the first time camping, especially with a very cool tent that's already in place for us. So we're going to be putting the gate down once we find the correct key. Awesome. So I think that we're gonna see if we could back the ATV on. I think backing it on will be a lot easier to pull it out. So we'll see what we can do, but this is a pretty cool smaller ATV that we have here. So we're gonna try to back up. It does have a small hitch, which is awesome. Look at that, guys. We did that, and this ATV does not show a person on it. I think that would be a very cool update for it. But overall, I think that this is awesome, and I think that we need to change the paint scheme on this. So if you do have any cool ideas, let me know down below. So let's see if we could back this on without damaging this trailer, since we're going to be needing it pretty soon for some lawn care, since the 2017 season is coming right after the winter. But look at that, guys. We got this all loaded up. So we're going to hop back in the Duramax. We're going to be putting up the ramp, and we're going to make our way to the campsite now. And I'm just very excited that we are trying something new, especially using tents. I know that going camping with a tent is pretty different, since you have to do everything. You don't have everything inside cabinets, and even sleeping on a bed. Now you have to sleep in a sleeping bag. So it is a pretty cool change up of scenes, if you would say. But we are going by a sports field over there. And there is actually some farmland over there, which is pretty cool. And this map overall is one of the coolest maps I've seen in a while, especially since there's a snow version and a regular version out. But this is an awesome truck. I did do an update to it, but this is color changeable, so I thought that we would go with like a dark gray color scheme. This actually looks really nice. Whoa, almost just hit that pole there. So I think we should definitely focus on driving. So I think that we should kind of find the perfect campground for us, since we are already kind of arriving at the campsite. But we first need to set it up, and then we're going to go out and find some trees. And there's actually a lot of trees that we could cut down. Actually, there's a really large dead one, so I think cutting down some of the dead ones will definitely be better than cutting down some of the other ones. So I think we're going to be taking a turn here, yes, and there's actually some spots for you to bring your own camper, which is actually very interesting, very cool idea, and I can't wait to do one of these for our own map that we have built. So I think we are camping over there. Yep, guys, look at our tent. It's a very nice tent. So we are first just going to take everything out of the trailer. That way we can just back this trailer up against a tree. And this we mainly brought just in case the weather got bad. We could definitely just put the ATV in here, and we could even stand inside here, I mean, if the weather is really bad to a point where our tent goes flying. So it's a really good idea to bring an enclosed trailer with you. But awesome. So I think we're going to park on this side of the tent. Yeah, we're going to park this on this side. We're going to be going and getting some wood with this shortly, but we'll hop back in the Duramax. And I just want to kind of back this up. I would actually like to just drive in, disconnect it, and then move the truck around. We'll see if that is possible, since, like I was saying, I would like to still have access to the back, and I think that we will. Awesome. And this is actually a lot harder for somebody to kind of steal our trailer, since it is going to take them a little bit more time than to just back up. But I think that's the best decision we made today, with just trying to make it more easy access. And I think we are going to back this truck in. So we'll kind of turn around here. Very little room to turn around, but I think we're going to do a great job with that. Awesome, so we got this side of the camping done, and I think that this tent is awesome. It does actually have some windows. Look at that. We could actually go on top of it. Look, imagine if it was raining. We would definitely have a very interesting night, but we cannot go inside it. I wish we could, but I still do like this. It's pretty cool that we get to use a tent, but I think it's now the time for us to go get some wood, and I'm thinking that we go way over there, far over, way over there, away from our campsite. That way we don't cut any trees down over here. So let's start this up. Actually, it's already running, and the engine is actually pretty quiet on this. So we'll kind of look both ways before we cross the street. And I believe that traffic is on. Yes, it is. There's a truck coming. Let's make it. And I think over here there's a lot more trees. There's actually some dead trees over there. So we're just going to kind of go look for some. But it looks like there's actually a broken tree over there, which I think we could cut down, but I really don't know, since that does not look like a tree that's around us. But this is actually a very large campsite, which is pretty cool. I would like to cut one of those dead ones down. Looks like actually, is that like a pond? Looks like that's like the spot for where a pond would be. But look at that, guys. That's a really tall dead tree. So we're gonna see if we could cut this down now. Hopefully we have it fall in the correct spot. Hopefully it also doesn't crash down on our ATV. But I hope you guys are enjoying these camping videos. They are definitely a lot of fun to do. Look at that, guys. It actually landed on that. That is one of a kind types of a tree to kind of fall that way. Never had this happen to me before. Let's see if we could try to change the course of the tree falling. There goes, guys, timber right next to that tree, almost hitting that. But I think we're gonna back this up and see how much we could do. We might take 2 trips of this, but we'll see how long of a video we can do. And I really do strive to do some long videos, but it is awesome just to make everyday videos. So we're going to be filling this trailer up as much as we can. So, and I don't want these to be too large, because we do need to put these through a fire. And I think that we could do a pretty cool video of us heading back from the campsite. So if you guys would like to see something like that, let me know down below. I did get a few ideas and comments about that, but just trying to get this as small pieces as possible for us. It will definitely become a lot easier overall. But look at that, guys. We are just cutting this up and doing it in smaller pieces. So I think that we might have to take 2 trips, since this trailer is definitely not large enough. Maybe if we took the small utility trailer, we could have used that, put a lot more in it, but I think that will be fine. We'll continue here. I think we're gonna start to load up, since I do want to leave some for others here at the campsite to cut up, and I really don't want to have too much cut up pieces, because then I don't want to have to keep coming back. But we can always come back and get more if we do need it, since there's lots more. And I think cutting down a dead tree was the good idea, because I really don't want to cut down a really healthy tree that could definitely help out and all that good stuff. So we are definitely going to load this trailer as full as we can. Looks like there's actually more space, but actually dead wood burns easier. Dried out wood, if you would call it, burns a lot easier, since there's not as much moisture inside and all that. So this was definitely the best decision for us also, to kind of go with the older wood for the campsite. But yeah, we have just been cutting a lot of this down. I would like to kind of just completely try to fill this trailer as full as we can. So I think we're going to give that a try, because I would like to have a lot of wood. Even we could bring some home, or we could leave a pile for the next people to come. But I think that I would like to try to be nice and leave some for others. So we won't be taking this whole thing, and I don't think we're going to take any homes, since we definitely can find a lot of wood back at the farm. But we could definitely just burn this all night long, since the weather is supposed to be pretty cold. But look at that, guys. This trailer is almost full. Hopefully this small ATV can kind of tow this large trailer full. It's not too large, but there's a lot of weight on the inside. So I think we're going to cut one more down, and then we're gonna make our way back, and I think that we're gonna also unload a few, and possibly do more. So let's see if we could lift this. Now some of these aren't exactly, like, the bark is not completely dried out dead on it, but the inside is also dead. Look at that, guys. The whole trailer just kind of moved when we went to place that. How much more did we cut? Looks like we only have one more after this, which is pretty decent. That's a very large pile of wood in this trailer. Hopefully, like I was saying, we do have straps to help us stop these from moving around, but that's a very nicely stacked pile of wood. Let's see, awesome, we got that one right on the top. That's definitely a very good feature about the new game, is all these straps. So we're now gonna head back to the campsite where we have our tent and all of the vehicles. So we're just going to drive back. Hopefully there are really no cars that we're gonna have to wait for. But I think that we should build a pretty cool campsite like this. So if you do have any cool ideas for a campsite, let me know down below. I'm always looking for some, and I think that this would have been a pretty nice area. It's kind of far back from the street, but there is a lot of different places to go camping. So definitely going to look into that, but I will come to a complete stop. Look at that, guys. We have to actually wait. We don't want to just drive in front of them. We'll wait, but guys, we almost pulled a wheelie there. That's just how heavy this is, and that's pretty surprising. Whoa, going to try to go now. Since the traffic is clear, we are definitely pushing this ATV to its limits, but I think that that's awesome how we get to do that. And I think that also, wait, you look at that. The back of this is actually heavy. That is what it is, not the front. But I think the best decision also is for us not to unload this trailer. Just in case it rains, we could easily drive this trailer in the enclosed trailer instead of having all of the wood rain and get it all wet. So I think we're just going to unload a few, get it ready for a fire, since we don't have we have to rub some sticks together to create a fire, which I believe is pretty cool and it's possible. So let me know down below any cool ways to make a fire without actually using a lighter. But if you do have any ideas like that, let me know. I think that would be interesting. But I will just stack it. That's a pretty decent wood for a fire. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below any cool ideas for the next camping video. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.